Hi, my name is Chung. Welcome to Part 2, Perfect One-Step Self-Defense Techniques of Volume 5, Perfect Self-Defense Series of my instructional video library. In this Part 2, Perfect One-Step Self-Defense Techniques, you will learn how to defend against a punch 12 different ways, 1 through 12, also known as 일보 대리안. So put your uniform on and let's get started. Now you're ready to begin one-step self-defense techniques 1 through 12, 일보 대리안. I will be demonstrating these techniques with Mr. Youngun Park. 차렷, 경례, 차렷, 경례. Always start at about 2 arms length. So this way, you're not too close, nor are you too far away. Ready stance. Defender yells first. Attacker steps back and sets and pauses about 3 to 5 seconds before he attacks. And all the attacks are a punch to the facial area. And here's your one step 1 through 12. 일보 대리안. 하야! 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 차렷, 경례. 차렷, 경례. That was one-step self-defense 1 through 12, 일보 대리안. Now you're ready to see this one-step self-defense 1 through 12 front view. Starting from ready stance. Number 1, horseback riding stance. Stepping in with the right foot, right punch to the solar plexus. Hiya! Number 2, back stance. Stepping forward with the left foot, rising block with the left arm, and palm heel strike to the nose or to the chin with the right hand. Hiya! Number 3, front stance. Stepping in with the right foot at 45-degree angle, knife hand block with the left hand, and knife hand strike to the neck with the right. Hiya! Number 4, horseback riding stance. Again, stepping at 45-degree angle, knife hand block with the left, and punch with the right to the face. Hiya! Number 5, horseback riding stance. stepping forward with your right foot. Right arm, inner block. Right elbow strike to the solar plexus. Hiya! Number 6, front stance. Stepping forward with the left foot, left arm rising block, double punch to the face and to the solar plexus. Hiya! Hiya! Number 7, back stance. Stepping forward with the left foot, left hand, high side block, double punch to the face and solar plexus. Hiya! Hiya! Number 8, stepping back with your left foot and kicking with your right foot, side kick. Landing in a fighting position, back stance. Hiya! Number 9, back stance. Stepping forward with your left foot, cross block. Pull down with your right and left, punch to your opponent's temple. Hiya! Number 10, double roundhouse kick. Side step with the left foot at 45-degree angle to the left. Land in a fighting position, back stance. Hiya! Hiya! Number 11, front stance. Right leg front kick. Step out at 45-degree angle, right punch to the face. Hiya! Number 12, inner block. Bring your right foot to your left foot, feet together. Spin 360 degree in a horse stance, left elbow strike. Hiya! 일보 대련, one step self-defense, 1 through 12. Let's get started with one step self-defense, 일보 대련, step by step. I'll be taking you through front view. Mr. Youngun Park will be taking you through the back view, so you can see the best of both angles. 차렷, 경례. Ready position, 준비. Okay, number 1, aim with your left hand and bring your right hand by your rib cage. Slide in with your right foot in a horseback riding stance, and remember there's an imaginary punch coming right to your face, so you want to slide underneath that punch and yell, please. Hana! Hiya! So you're below your opponent's punch in a horseback riding stance and delivering a punch to the solar plexus. Number 2, back stance. Cross your left wrist on the top, right wrist on the bottom. Stepping forward with your left foot in a back stance, rising block. Hana! And delivering a palm heel strike to the face or to the nose, yelling, Hi! Hiya! Number 3, front stance. Bring both hands by your right side. Left palm facing your right ear, right palm facing out, as if you're reaching back to grab. You're going to step with your right foot at 45-degree angle in a front stance. Step. You're going to block with your left arm, front of your body, blocking that punch, and right hand, knife hand strike to the neck. Fold, block and strike, yell, Hiya! Number 4, horseback riding stance. Bring your right hand by your rib cage and left hand open, hiding or covering that right fist. Slide out in a 45-degree angle with the horseback riding stance to the right, step. Same time, blocking with the left hand and punching to the face with the right hand. Punch. Hiya! So knife hand block and a punch. And make sure your arm is bent. Again, continue to imagine your opponent is attacking at your face from the straight line. Number 5, horseback riding stance. Inner block with your right arm. You bring your right arm up, palm facing out, and left hand in a guarding position, as if you're waving. And this hand can protect just in case you're too slow. When you're stepping in, make sure your arm goes first, not your face, because then you know you're going to get punched. So you step in, inner block, horseback riding stance, hana. And you cross your right arm on the top, left arm on the bottom, cross, and an elbow strike to the solar plexus, yell, hiya! Now you notice on this elbow strike is a high elbow strike. The palm is facing down. Usually on the low elbow strike, palm faces up. If you try to elbow strike high with palm facing up, your shoulder locks. Therefore, to release the tension, your palm must face down on the high elbow strike. Number 6, front stance. Cross your left wrist on the top, right wrist on the bottom, stepping forward to your left foot, rising block. Hana. And double punch to the face and solar plexus with 2 yells. Hiya! Hiya! Number 7, back stance. Crossing your left arm underneath. On the bottom, right hand on the top. Cross. Stepping forward with your left foot, high side block. Hana. And double punch to the face and to the solar plexus, 2 yells. Hiya! Hiya! Number 8, side step, back with your left foot. Step. So you move away from the line of attack and you deliver a side kick to your opponent's face or to the body with a yell, landing in a fighting position. Hey! Hiya! Back stance. Number 9, back stance. Stepping forward with your left foot with a cross block. Bring both hands by your rib cage, open. Hana. You're going to slide up into a back stance, and as you lift, you will do a cross block. Hana. You're going to take your right hand, grab your opponent's wrist, and pull down. And same time, you bring your left hand by your rib cage and deliver a punch to your opponent's temple or to the jaw. Hey! Hiya! Number 10, step left, forward at 45-degree angle. Deliver a double roundhouse kick to the low section, middle section, or even high section. 2 yells, 2 roundhouse kicks, landing in a fighting position. So first, side step with the guards up. 2 roundhouse kicks with the yells. Hey! Hiya! Hiya! Landing in a fighting position, back stance. Number 11, right leg front kick to the midsection. Side step, front stance with your right leg, same leg you just kicked with, and punching to the face. So first, front kick with the guards up, yelling, Hana! Hiya! Step out 45-degree angle, aim with the left hand, right hand comes by your rib cage, punch to the face, yell, Hiya! Number 12, first, inner block, spinning into a horseback riding stance, elbow strike. Right arm up, left arm guarding position. 하나. Palm facing out. Stepping right foot to the left foot. Feet together. Inner block. 둘. You're going to open your right hand. Since you have a lot of space, you're going to spin and step in with a horseback riding stance and deliver a spinning elbow strike to your opponent's solar plexus. Right hand will be open and you will reinforce that elbow strike. 둘. Hiya! And once again, high elbow strike, your palm is facing down. That was one step, 1 through 12. 일보 대련. 차렷. 경례. Let's continue on with this one-step self-defense technique, 1 through 12. 일보 대련, step by step, with a partner. 차렷, 경례. Face each other, 차렷, 경례. Once again, about 2 arm length. At the beginning, it might even be a little safer to be a little bit further away than too close. Now ready stance. Remember, defender yells first. Hiya! Hiya! Attacker steps back with the right foot and does a low block first and aims the punch to your opponent's face, to your face. They will step in and punch. Number 1, you aim with your left hand, right hand coming to your solar plexus. Remember, if you go straight in, you're going to run into the punch. So you have to drop your weight, sliding underneath that punch, stepping forward with your right foot in a horseback riding stance, and punch, hiya! To your opponent's solar plexus. Number 2, hiya! Hiya! Stepping forward with your left foot, cross your left wrist on the top, back stance, rising block. Right hand, palm heel strike to the nose or to the chin with a yell. Hiya! Number 3. Hiya! Hiya! 45-degree angle. Side step with the right foot, front stance. Same time, bring both hands to the right side. Left palm facing in, right palm facing out. Away from the punch. Knife hand block with the left, knife hand strike to the neck or the throat with the right. Hiya! Number 4. Hiya! Hiya! Side step again with the right foot. Horseback riding stance. Bring your right hand by your rib cage. Left hand open, covering the right fist. Left hand knife hand block. And right hand punch to the jaw, temple, side of the face. Same time with the yell. Hiya! Number 5. Hiya! Hiya! Inner block with the right arm. Horseback riding stance, stepping forward with your right foot. Bring your right arm up, left arm guarding. And once again, just in case you're too slow, you can always block with your left arm first. Stepping in, right hand, inner block. Horseback riding stance. Fold your right arm on the top, left arm under, and right elbow strike. Hiya! To the solar plexus. Number 6. Hiya! Hiya! Stepping forward with your left foot in a front stance, left rising block. Cross your left wrist on the top, right hand on the bottom, rising block. Front stance. Punching to the face, to the solar plexus, 2 punches, 2 yells. Hiya! Hiya! Number 7. Hiya! Hiya! Front stance, stepping forward with the left foot, crossing your left hand on the bottom, underneath, side block. Remember, it's coming to the face. That's why we do a high side block. Back stance, punch to the face, punch to the solar plexus, 2 punches, 2 yells. Hiya! Hiya! Number 8. Hiya! Hiya! Take a step back with the left foot and side step away from the punch. So this way you have a room to kick and you move away from the line of attack. Side kick with the yell. Hiya! And landing in a fighting position, back stance. Number 9. Hiya! Hiya! Stepping forward to the left with the left foot, back stance, cross block. Bring both hands by your rib cage, open. Coming from the bottom to top, and lift and catch your opponent's wrist between your wrists. Stepping forward to the left side with the left foot in a back stance and catch. And try to stay away from the line of attack, his punch. Now make sure your right hand is inside close to you. So this way you can turn your right hand over and you can pull easily. If your hand is reversed, where your left hand is inside, and when you try to pull your opponent with your right hand, you will get trapped by your other hand. So make sure, once again, from the cross, left hand out, right hand inside, cross block. Pull down with the right, left hand coming by your rib cage, and punch to your opponent's temple. Hiya! Back stance. Number 10. Hiya! Hiya! Stepping with the left foot to the left side and moving away from the line of attack with your guards up. Double roundhouse kick. Low, middle, or even high section. Any of the two. 2 kicks, 2 yells. Hiya! Hiya! And landing in a guarding position, back stance. Number 11. Hiya! Hiya! Deliver a front kick to stop your opponent from coming in with your right leg, with your guards up. To the midsection, right away. Step away from the line of attack with your right leg and assume a front stance. Aim with your left, right hand comes back, and punch to the face with your right hand. Hiya! Number 12. Hiya! Hiya! Inner block with your right arm. Right hand comes up, left hand guarding your chest. And just in case you're too slow with your right arm, your left hand is there for extra protection. Bring your right foot in to your left, feet together, same time, right inner block. Open your right hand and continue to use that motion and spin into a horseback riding stance. Reinforce, hiya! Left elbow strike to your opponent's solar plexus. Horseback riding stance. 차렷, 경례. 차렷, 경례. One-step self-defense techniques 1 through 12. 일보 대련. Now, you're ready for some drills for this one-step self-defense techniques, 1 through 12. 일보 대련. You can always practice these one steps in order, 1 through 12, just like we did. However, if you want to start building up your reflexes, your skills, you need to try some of these techniques. We're going to be alternating the techniques back and forth. Mr. Park and I will go alternating 1 through 12. And then we'll continue with testing each other's skills by calling out some of the techniques so we can test our skills and reflexes. 차렷, 경례. 차렷, 경례. Again, ready stance. Mr. Park will do all the odd numbers, and I will do all the even numbers to make it simple. That's the best way to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through 12. 차렷, 경례. Now, we're going to continue on with this drill by calling out the numbers. I'm going to do the first 3, and Mr. Park will come back with 3 of his own. Now, this drill works with defender yelling first. Attacker steps back and sets. So Mr. Park will yell first. I step back and I set, and I will give him the number. And he has 3 to 5 seconds to think about the technique, and when I attack, he must respond. Now let's see this in action. 차렷, 경례. Again, ready, stance. Now remember, Mr. Park yells first. Hiya! I set, and he doesn't know what number I'm calling. 5. Hiya! 9. Hiya! 12. He did that pretty well. Now it's my turn, so I got to be on guard. Hiya! Hiya! 3. Hiya! Hiya!
Hiya! 8.
Hiya! Hiya!
Hiya! 11.
Hiya! 차렷! 경례! 차렷! 경례! And those are some of the reflex drills that will help you with one-step self-defense techniques 1 through 12, 일보 대리안. Now you're ready for the final stage of this one-step self-defense 1 through 12, 일보 대리안. So you can complete and achieve the perfect one-step self-defense techniques, 일보 대리안. Speed drill. In this speed drill, you'll be just going through, just like what I said, and working on speed more than anything else. I will call out the number for my opponent, or my opponent will call out the number for me, or someone else will call out the number for both of us to see who is faster, see who can move quicker. Remember, in self-defense, you don't have to be first, but don't be last. You want to be able to respond when your opponent is attacking. You want to be able to respond and be able to defend, or at least be safe. So the speed drill will help you to work on that reflexes, just like we did with alternating the numbers back and forth, and of course, same time, calling out the numbers. Well, we're combining all of those together. So I will call out the number, and let's see who's faster, Mr. Park or I. And these are your speed drills. Maybe you can do this with us. Put your uniform on, and let's try this together. Are you ready? Okay, 차렷, 경례. Ready, stance. I will call out the number, and Mr. Park and I will move simultaneously. Maybe we'll move so fast, we'll be faster than our own shadow. Well, that may be your goal too. 4, hiya! Well, you can't do that. You can't call out the number and move first. See, that will be cheating. You have to call out the number and then respond. So this way, it gives your opponent an equal chance. Did you do that number 4 correctly? I hope you did. Now let's continue on with different numbers. Are you ready? 3, hiya! 9, hiya! 6, hiya, hiya! 10, hiya, hiya! Now I hope you are keeping up with us. Those were just few of the numbers. Again, you can do this in many different ways, as a race between you and your opponent, or you can just call out the number for your partner and then let them move to see how quickly they can move. Now let's try this a little bit with Mr. Park. I'll call out some numbers for him, and let's see if you can move faster than Mr. Park. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. I'll call out a few numbers. 5. Mr. Park was pretty fast. I hope you're keeping up with us. 4. 11. 1. 10. Again, that's a different way of working the speed drill with your partner. So have fun with it. So this way you can achieve that perfect one-step self-defense techniques. 일보 대리연. 차렷. 경례. Before we move into some drills for this one-step self-defense techniques, let's talk about the self-defense situation in this particular situations, 1 through 12. If you noticed, all the attacks are punches. So therefore, you know you're in a short, maybe a medium range, but you are always in that close, tight range. So some of your techniques, your defensive techniques, are limited, and I'm sure you've noticed that. That's why we use side steps. So this way we can defend ourselves better in a situation. Now quickly, let's go over those 4 different self-defense situations. You have, in self-defense, long range, where you can actually step in or move in to strike with your hands and feet. And then you have medium range, where you can use your legs and some of the hand techniques. And then you have close range, which mostly are your hand techniques, elbow strikes, knee strikes, close range type of techniques. And of course, 4th and final range is the actual physical contact, grabbing range. Again, it could be simple as wrist grabs, or it could even be as strong as headlocks, chokes, bear hugs, full Nelson, and so on forth. And these are 4 basic ranges that you'll be working on. But in this series, we're working on that close range. How to defend against that punch that's coming straight on. Well, in number 1, we used a ducking, or sometimes you can even use a fancy word as bobbing and weaving. We just slide underneath that punch. So you need to work on that, so this way you can work on that weight distribution. You're not just bending forward from your back where you can strain your back. You need to learn to work your quads and your glutes, your thigh muscles and your hip muscles. And that's where the horse stances come in. So when you're moving in, your posture is still nice and straight, and you still have the stability, yet you avoid the technique. Now in a real situation, and you're in a fighting stance, when your opponent throws a technique, you can slip their punch and of course throw a front hand or even backhand to their body. Again, if you notice, my balance is right here. Your center of gravity down here is very important. So always keep that in mind. So once again, let's try that. Keeping that head and that posture straight, just sliding with that foot, and assume that horseback riding stance. Now if you do this properly, you should be dropping about good 6 to maybe 6 inches to maybe even about a foot. So again, one last time, keeping that head and posture straight, drop, and then delivering that punch to your opponent's solar plexus. Now let's talk about sidestepping. So you can use your kicking techniques. And when your opponent's coming straight on, you have a choice. Either step to the left or to the right to avoid that straight on technique, that line of attack. If you're not there, you're not going to get hit. Keeping that in mind. In number 3, we step to the side with the right foot to avoid that punch, and we deflect it with a knife hand block. Same with number 4. Even though we're in a different stance, it's the same side step concept. Let's try that. Just face me straight out. Okay? You can do it opposite of me, like a mirror image. Okay? Or you can do it with same side, which means that mirror image, when I go with my right, you have to go with your left. Okay? Or when I go with the right, you can just do exact same, go with the right to the other side. Just keep in mind, there's a big fist right in front of your face. Start with the right side. Ready? Step. Now, you could be in a front stance or in a horse stance. It doesn't matter, long as you get out of the way. In self-defense situation, it doesn't matter, as long as it works. So don't worry about whether you're in a front stance or horse stance, back stance, or any other stances, long as you don't get hit, and of course, long as you have good balance and you are in control. To the left. Move out of the way. Remember, away from the line of attack. One more time. Right. This time you notice I'm in a horse stance. Left. Again in a horse stance. And yes, you could be blocking with your hands. Remember, it's a deflection, not an actual stop or block. Deflecting. Always remember the block as a deflection and side steps that we just went through that'll help you with these numbers, such as number 3, number 4. And remember, even though it's a different technique, it's just simple side stepping. And even you go to the other side, such as number 10, where you deliver double roundhouse kick. It's a side-stepping move that'll help you to avoid that attack that's coming direct on. Now let's continue on with different move, spinning move. Stepping in and spinning. For example, simple spin will be number 5, where you move in, you're only spinning halfway, but you still are in tight, close quarters. So therefore, you must have very good blocks. And you're using your whole body as a shield, as a defense. And by continuing that spin, that'll help you in number 12. So once again, the footwork is very important. So just practice. Bring your right foot to the left. Just put your feet together. And also try bring your left foot to the right foot. Left foot to the right foot, but step back. Not step forward. Once again, you're doing number 8, which is side kick. Step back. Why? Because you're kicking. You need a little extra room. If you are punching or using any of the hand techniques, such as palm heel, elbows, knife hand strike, you will probably step into it as if you're doing in number 12. Because you step forward and into it. But since you're kicking, you need to create a little extra space. So you step back with your left foot. So this way you create a little extra space. And same time, you are also sidestepping. And by creating this space, now you have a plenty of room to deliver that side kick. And once again, even though you're spinning in tight quarters, you must have good balance. And that's where these stances come in. So, just quickly, sidestepping, left and right, going down, okay? Or even blocks, some of them go up. So don't think just front, back, left, right. Also think of 45-degree angles. Also think of down and up. And these are all the different ranges you can use in self-defense situation. You have just completed part 2, perfect one-step self-defense techniques, 1 through 12, also known as 일보 대리안, of volume 5, perfect self-defense series. Please join me in part 3, where I will be teaching you perfect, advanced, and creative one-step self-defense. I will see you in part 3.